Darwinian Evolution Junk Science.
Demonic doctrine of death, Antichrist. Let's talk about that. Perhaps you've heard this idea. Considering that there are 2,500 stars within light years of Earth, around 100 billion solar star systems in our galaxy, and about 100 billion galaxies in the universe, the possibility of life existing elsewhere is relatively substantial. Have you heard that? They constantly tell you this. Oh, there's so many stars. There has to be planets out there, and now they're saying they're finding planets. There must be life on those planets just because there's so many of them. Well, of course, if Darwinian evolution were true, that would make sense. Because if life arises out of non-life, and it did that here on the Earth, maybe there are other planets out there that have the conditions where life could arise, right? It's an accidental process. It's a chance process in that thinking. But is that true? If there is no such thing as Darwinian evolution, and Dr. Sanford is right, then what does that mean? It means that life must be purposefully created by the Creator. And if that's true, does it matter how many planets are out there? The only thing that matters is what the Creator decides to do, right? Doesn't matter how many planets are out there. But you know what? A lot of people are fooled by this thinking. And this is a growing crescendo out there. You're hearing this all the time, especially now they have so many different ways that they're looking for life out there. And every once in a while, you'll see something like a meteor that they say has signs of bacteria or something like that. And then a while later, the scientists will all debunk it, but that won't be on the front page anymore. You have all of these transitional forms that they claim they found, which one by one have all been debunked. You never hear about the debunking, though. So they're going to keep doing this because they keep wanting to establish this as beyond question, and for a lot of people it is, even though the whole thing is a demonic doctrine. This is some of the stuff you're seeing these days. Signs of alien life will be found by 2025, NASA's chief scientist predicts. They're actually making these predictions now. Here's the man who created SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. He says we're going to meet up with intelligent aliens within 2 decades. Do you suppose what's really happening with all of this is that they're getting us ready? Do you think maybe they're sort of conditioning the public? We're not even talking about all the popular media, right? Like Star Wars and all the alien movies and TV shows and all that stuff. The public is being conditioned for this event to happen. Well, not only that, but channeling.net. Now, what do you think that's about? It's a website for enthusiasts of channeling. And it doesn't matter whether it's your dead grandmother or aliens. And you know they're channeling both, right? Here's what they say about this. In various parts of the world, there has been contact between well-prepared humans. Some even were taken by higher developed beings, higher developed, right? Higher on the evolutionary scale than us human scum, to other planets to receive teachings. It is happening at an increased rate to help mankind with the transition into the fourth dimension. See, these beings, we often think about them or they're being presented as extraterrestrial from other planets far away. But there's a whole different understanding of who they are. Extra dimensional beings from a different dimension than our dimension. And you know, couldn't you view the spirit world as a different dimension? Can't you see how demonic spirits could easily represent themselves as aliens just as well as they could represent themselves as your dead grandmother? And do they have ethics against lying? I don't think so. Those beings are working hard to prepare the arrival of mankind in the fourth dimension and try to assist in various ways. I believe that's exactly what they're doing. I think they are preparing mankind. There's a lot of this that's going on, by the way. I don't recommend looking into it, but there's a lot of different groups, this whole religion's based on channeling aliens. And this is a very old thing. You know, we talked about it at the very beginning of the evolution theory, all of that was going on. Well, as you look at each of these others we've talked about, the same thing was happening. And I didn't even mention about Hitler. You know, there was a group called the Vril that claimed to be channeling extraterrestrial beings that had a great influence on creating that occultic religion of the Nazis. These beings have actually been intervening on the world stage for a very long time. And it's very clear that they are using this alien being mythology the same way they've used other mythology in the past in order to deceive humans. Here's a book I read by Tom Horn. And it's a very thick book, and it's well documented. It's all about the Vatican and the push by the Vatican to bring in the aliens. What I thought was like one of my personal favorites in the book is the telescope that they built on a mountain in Arizona looking for the aliens. And I kid you not, the name of the telescope is Lucifer. Not too long ago, the Pope was talking about evolution, and he said there's nothing about it that is contrary to Christianity. I guess his version. They've actually said if aliens come, they should be baptized as Catholics. They're working towards this. This is part of the end time plan. I know it sounds crazy, but it really is part, and it is going to happen when these aliens are going to make their appearance. And that then is going to be absolute proof in the minds of many that Darwinism, evolution is real. That's what they're going to think. They're going to be massively deceived by this. And these aliens are basically going to run the planet because they're going to come in huge numbers. Okay? It's not going to be just, one of those little gray guys riding around in his little spaceship. We're talking about them coming in huge numbers with huge impact, with this whole big lie that they've been cultivating for over 100 years, 150 years, energizing them. It's going to be huge when it happens. This is all going to culminate during the reign of Antichrist, when highly evolved aliens, really fallen angels, will insist that the inferior people have to die, and the highly evolved people are the ones that will be allowed to live if they take the mark. So that's where this is all going to end up with evolution. It's not over. All of this death caused by Darwinism is not over. It's going to be dwarfed by the Antichrist in his reign. Do we need to be afraid? No. But we do need to be informed. And we do need to take action. The action we need to take is to draw close to our Creator and to be open to His truth from His Word. And His Word tells us in many, many different places that He has a plan for His remnant in the final days. There will be a remnant exodus. There is a place of safety that He is preparing for our return home in the second exodus. And there will be a showdown between His people and these demonically inspired people who will be following Antichrist. And they don't have a chance of winning. They don't have a chance of winning. With all of that, with all they've got, with all the technology, with all of that spirit power behind them, with all of their intelligence, with everything they've got in the world, what they're going to find out is they're not gods. There is a God, the Creator. And what He said, what He put down in His Word thousands of years ago is going to come true. It's going to come true in the lifetime of most of us. So, it's important for us to understand not only the doctrines of Scripture, but we need to know the thinking of the enemy. We need to know about these doctrines of the demons so that we're not fooled about them. This is really one of the big ones. Evolution, a doctrine of demons. Friends, now we know the truth. Don't be afraid to share it. Sometimes people are afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to share it, because what I've seen, there's a lot of people out there that really don't believe it. And they just kind of go along because they're sort of expected to. But as soon as you speak up and say, that's ridiculous, and you tell them why you think so, many, many times they're going to say to you, oh, I'm so glad you said that, because I've always thought that was stupid. Just knowing about this and talking to people might help you to find other remnant people out there. And we're really kind of into that around here. We want to find the remnant. So here's something that can help us do that. That's the story, friends, on occult evolution.
Was this video informative? Remember to hit the like button to help spread the word, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications button so you'll get updates on all the great content coming from Eliyahu Ben David.